Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I won't interrupt your lunch too much, but I'll be brief. I've got 7 tips in 7 minutes, so I must canter through. The changing landscape of manufacturing, as we've heard such a lot about, brings about many challenges, particularly complexity in the decision-making process around investment and investment for growth. We need to get to grips with that investment and get under the skin of it to understand what the challenges are, particularly in relation to growth. And therefore, we've been spending a lot of time and investment working with industry and the key stakeholders around it to understand what those issues are. And the insight we've gained today provides us with an excellent platform to provide 7 tips around this area. And I'll get into those straight away. The real dilemma that seems to exist out there is the dilemma between grip and vision. And grip and vision that's been described to us by you, and the grip being how to deal with the day-to-day challenges of a business versus finding time to develop vision and planning that's so necessary for the business going forward. We need to be brave, therefore, in terms of how we get to grip with that vision and find time and offload some of the grip that we see necessary today so we can find time and resources competing here. So I'll keep going. So to keep finding time, and we need to be bold and to develop new vision around this with the resources available to us. The second area is linked to the vision and planning is we need to consider new business models. And this is an absolute necessary thing we need to do. Given the dynamics of the UK and the globalisation that's going on around it, developing new business models, and particularly for UK, developing value add is absolutely critical. So the new business models that one could consider are servitization, or the development of new or extended services, mass customization, often called batch one, or recycling or reuse, which is often referred to as the circular economy. We've heard such a lot today that investment technology is widely understood and needs to be undertaken within manufacturing. And that's often driven in the main by the fourth industrial revolution. But blind spots exist, and that's understandable. But absolutely we need to invest in new technology, and we need to be brave in that approach and build that into our strategies. Now, embracing technology and moving on with that is one thing, but getting the skills and resources in place to optimise that is a very different challenge indeed. 68% of manufacturers tell us that technologists will be the most in-demand resource going forward. So the tip is we need to develop strategies early on, right now, to obtain, to grow, and to retain the kind of talents we need going forward. And we need to be really innovative in how we do that. Perhaps even consider the sort of competences that exist with people in other industries, such as middle-aged bankers maybe. International capability, again, we've heard an awful lot about today, and it's an absolute must. We exist in a highly connected world where consumers are truly global. The future of manufacturing is completely dependent upon our ability to compete on a global scale. But there is hesitancy about, for sure, and that's understandable. We've heard a lot about that because of Brexit. And there's also a strong pull to serve the domestic market, which is very strong at the moment. But the tip clearly is, and quite simply is, we need to develop defensive and offensive strategies built around increasing exports. Ecosystems, or the old phrase, networks, is something that we need to develop. And they're powerful tools to generate new product development and economic growth, which is so important. So working collaboratively within supply chains is a well-proven approach to that. And no better example of that is the German Mittelstand. So the tip is, quite clearly, explore expansive strategies to develop those supply chain networks and embrace as many people within that as possible. The final point, and manufacturers tell us they would welcome what they describe as progressive mentorship, which is trusted guidance that will enable them to build good strategies around the points we've just covered off in the last 6 tips. And the tip to fulfill that really is speak to NatWest, speak to Lombard, and we're investing a lot of time around this progressive mentorship that will enable growth for both you and ourselves, which is so vital to the UK economy at the end of the day. Thank you.